We are at Ein Gedi right now, the oasis of Ein Gedi, on the edge of a cliff, a rather high one. Place where Saul and David were said to have made peace, at least for a time.
Huh? Yeah. Was it better over there? I was just going to do that so everybody can stand over there and take... I can scream loud enough for you to hear. So check this out. Even though we're not going to actually be walking down through that valley or gorge or whatever it's called, last time I was here, we walked that all the way down, and there's running water down there. There's a little little waterfall. I forget what the name of it is. I think they call it the Waterfall of David, or something. Very, very picturesque. And as you're walking down through there, can you see up there the caves that are located? And as you walk through there, you'll see a few of those caves. It kind of looks like Qumran, doesn't it? A little bit. Kind of has that same look as Qumran. And so, behold that with your eyes while you're listening to these words. Saul also and his men went to seek David. And they told David, when he came down into a rock and abode in the wilderness of Maon, and when Saul heard that, he pursued after David in the wilderness of Maon. Now, our tour guide told me that perhaps this is further south. That's not necessarily right near this area. And so it said that he pursued David in the wilderness of Maon, and Saul went on this side of the mountain, and David and his men on that side of the mountain, and David made haste to get away for fear of Saul. For Saul and his men compassed David and his men round about to take them. But there came a messenger unto Saul, saying, Make haste and come, for the Philistines have invaded the land. Wherefore Saul returned from pursuing after David and went against the Philistines. Therefore they called that place Selah Hama Lakoth. Now that's interesting. So what happened is David is being pursued by Saul. He gets word that Philistines have invaded. So we have to leave this area. We have to stop pursuing David, and we have to go back and take care of what the Philistines are doing. And so then it says, David sees this as an opportunity to get away from Saul. And so it says, David went up from that area and dwelt in the strongholds of Ein Gedi. And here we are. Here we are in the very area where David fled from Saul. Now listen to this. And it came to pass, when Saul was returned from following the Philistines, that it was told him, saying, Behold, David is in the wilderness of En Gedi. Then Saul took 3,000 chosen men out of all Israel, and went to seek David and his men upon the rocks of the wild goats. Now, would that be the ibex? Is he here?
Yeah.
Anywhere? I'm assuming it would be. Okay. And his men upon the rock of the wild goats, and he came to the sheepcotes by the way where was a cave. And of course we have the story after that of Saul going in, covering his feet. David and his men remained in the sides of the cave, and then we have the situation of David going in, and I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep reading here. But just imagine, David takes off through here. He and his men are hiding in here. And the picture that blows my mind is Saul coming through here with 3,000 men to find David. Now, if we were able to walk through there, you would see how amazing that would be, that all those men would be coming up through this pass. And there's one point down there where you can get a good vision of the air of looking out toward the Dead Sea. That is a Dead Sea, yeah, okay. We're not past that one area. And just get that picture in your mind of Saul coming in here, David fleeing in terror from Saul. And this was that point in David's life, of course. David wrote many psalms during this time. David was, this is, you know, not too long after the whole situation with David becoming king, killing Goliath, becoming king, not Saul's king, but David is killing Goliath, and then this whole weird season of David's life where he's being pursued by Saul, going through the trial of his life, and attempting, he has 600 men, David's mighty men, mighty warriors, and David is just going through the absolute worst, one of the worst trials of his life, obviously pre-Bathsheba. But there you go. I love looking at this and being reminded David hid in those caves. That's where David had that encounter with Saul in the caves. And there it is, right there. It's just amazing to me. So behold, wish we could have gone in there.
Yeah.
All right.
That's okay.
Get some pictures.
Get your pictures.
Back on the bus.
Listen to me.
Listen up,
Take a
guys.
photo. We still have a lot to do today. Take a picture of this whole canyon of David, and we vote.
Power.
So, where's Chad?
Right behind you. He's right there.